Hello friends, this is Pradeep from Tech and Training Corporate Solutions. I'm a Microsoft certified trainer and Microsoft certified expert. In this video, I'm going to talk about using the table feature of Microsoft Excel. If I tell you honestly, this is one of the fantastic features of Excel, but lesser known and highly underutilized feature. Let's get into Excel data and find out more details about this feature. If you take a look at this data, here I have the category column and order priority column, profit column. I'm going to focus this video on these three columns only. Although I can use other columns as well, but not to make it complicated, I have figured out these three columns makes more sense to our data and the example, and I'm only going to stick to these three columns. So if you look at this category, I have different category of products sold, and each of those category I have made some profit, and I would like to determine whether, depending on the category and the order priority, how many such items were sold or how much profit have we made out of them. So in order to do that, let's go into the cell referencing sheet. So this example I'm going to be doing using the cell referencing. When you talk about cell referencing, I would like to calculate the sum of profits. So I will simply use a function sum. When I use sum function, I'll go to the orders sheet and just select the profit column. After selecting the profit column, I'll press enter. And now you will see that I have made total profit of 14,67,457. Now, if I want to find out the total technology items sold, then I will have to use the function COUNTIF. When I use COUNTIF, it asks me for two parameters. One is range and the other one is criteria. So range is my technology items are listed under the category column. So I select the category column. Out of all these category items, I would like to calculate how much technology items have been sold. So I type within double inverted comma technology, and I close the double inverted comma, close the bracket, and I press enter. So that means I have sold total 10,141 items. I can use Control Shift 1 to give the number formatting. I don't need extra zeros, so I will select the remove the zeros. Now, I would like to find out the sum of profit that I've made from all the technology items. So here I'm going to be using SUMIF function. In the SUMIF function, it is asking me for a range. So I go to orders table once again, and I go at the top. I select the entire category column. Now I would like to bring to your notice that I am starting my selection from 5th row, and I press Control Shift down, and it goes till 51,295th row. I have to make sure that when I select the another range in the same function, I should not miss out on these rows that I have selected here. Now, if I talk about SUMIF function, it is a range. So I have selected the range. Out of that range, I want to count or add the profit of technology item. So within double inverted comma, my criteria is technology. Now, after I talk about technology, now I would like to also add the profit. So it is asking me for some range. So my profit range has to be added. Now remember, I said that I have begun my selection of the row from 5th row. So I'll have to come back to 5th row, Control Shift down, and here 51,295th row. So these two ranges must be equal in order to get the SUMIF function calculated. So now I close the bracket, and when I press enter, see, so I have made this much of profit only from technology item. Now I would like to count the technology items sold on the high priority. So in order to count, I will use COUNTIF function, but here I have got two conditions. One, the category item should be technology and priority should be high. So for that, what I'll do is I will not use COUNTIF function, I'll use COUNTIFs function just for the friends to let you all know that this countifs function was a new function in 2007. It was not there in Excel 2003. So I go ahead and use countifs function, and my first criteria is the category column. So I select the category. Again, I'll have to match the number of rows, comma, in this category column I need to check technology. Now it is asking me for another criteria range, which is my order priority column. So again, I have to match the rows, control shift down, and in this row I want to find out the item sold on high priority. Now I close the bracket, and you will see that out of 10,000 technology items sold, approximately 1/3 of them, that is 3,104 items, were sold on high priority. Now, in the next data, I would like to calculate the total profit that I have got from these high priority data. So for this, I'm going to use the another function equal to sum ifs. In sum if function, it is asking me for sum range first. If I compare it with another previous sum if function, you will see that sum range is the last parameter, but in sum ifs function, I will have to select the sum range first. So I go to orders table, I go to profit column, I select the entire column. Again, I will have to match the rows, comma, the next item that it is asking us for is criteria range. So my criteria range is going to be coming from the technology data, that is category. So I select the entire category column, and now I put a comma, and here I need technology, comma. Again, I would like to also find out when the priority was high. So I select order priority column. Here, this is criteria range 2, comma, I'll type high. Close the bracket and press enter. So you will notice that from these items that were sold, this was the profit that I have earned. I'm going to be using another feature called as name range, where I will do the same kind of calculation but in a little different approach. So I'll go to orders table, and in order to use this column in my calculation again and again, just for the safer side, I'm not including the header, although I can include the header. So I'm selecting the entire column. I'll name it as category. Yeah. Now, if you look at the data, I have begun the data from 6th row. So when it comes to profit, I'll again not include the header. I'll select this entire column and name it as profit. Here, this is order priority. So I'll select this data and name it as priority. So what I've done is I have named these ranges. So here I have category, here I have profit or priority, and here I have profit. What I'll do is I'll go to name range data. Now the benefit of giving the name range is I need not go to that sheet again and again and calculate the data. So see, what do? I type equal to sum. I want to calculate the sum of profit, so I simply type the name profit. Yeah, I close the data bracket and I press enter. So see, these two data are nothing but the same. Yeah. Similarly, I would like to count all the technology items. So I type count if, now the range is category. Within the category column, I would like to count technology. I close the bracket and see, this is again the same number. Now I use another function equal to sum if. When I talk about sum if function, I would like to get the data from the category column. I would like to filter only for technology, and I want to add the profit. So see how quickly can I write the formula using the name range. When I press enter, I get this total amount. I would like to get the count of technology sold on high priority. Count ifs function. Why am I using count ifs function? Because I have got two criteria to be met. One is technology item from category column and high priority from order priority column. So here I will write category. In the category, the criteria is technology. Now, in the second criteria range, I will type priority. In priority, I want to count high. Yeah. So here, what have I done? In the countif function, this is the criteria range, that is the column. Here is the criteria, which is technology from category column. The next criteria range is priority column, and from priority column, I want to count high function. Yeah. So here it gives me 3104. Now, if you want to understand this countif in a proper manner, you can even go ahead and do the filter. So if I do the filter, I go ahead and select only technology, and here I select priority, which is going to be high, and you will see that I have got 3104 items again. So a countif function is nothing but it gives you the count after applying the filter, although it doesn't practically apply the filter, but it gives you the similar result. Yeah. Now similarly, if I go to name range, I'll do the last part, which is equal to sum ifs function. Now when I talk about sum ifs function, here I'm going to be adding profit. Now in order to add profit, I will use the criteria, that is category technology. Now category 2 will be priority, and priority is high, and I close the bracket and see this is the total profit that I've earned. Now these figures are nothing but these figures. Yeah, the only difference is I have not formatted them properly. Yeah, so if I can simply go ahead and remove the extra decimals, so see here there's no difference between this data and this data. Both are nothing but exactly the same. But understand one thing. When I spoke about cell referencing, I had to again and again go to orders table. When I created name range, that did give me some relief. In order to do the name range, what I did was I simply went ahead and gave the names to each of these columns, used them in my function, and without even going to that sheet, I could do all these calculations. So my speed of writing formula increased. But let us understand some limitations of both these features. Here I have my orders data, and I have already done the calculation in these two sheets. But let's say I have some new data which is coming after a month, and this data is to be now added to orders table. So I go at the bottom, the last row, and I add the data here. Yeah. After adding this data, of course these values should have changed. So now my worry is these values did not change. So what do I have to do is I'll have to reselect this data, go to orders table, go to form profit column, and select the profit once again. So I press enter. Now I see that this is 51,431. So this also should be increased. Yeah. So I come here, select this range, I come here, and since I'm talking about category, so I select category. Once again I do that. Now since again and again I have to rewrite or go to that sheet, I use a shortcut that I know that this is H51431. so wherever this reference is going to be used, here I will paste that data. Yeah. But again, that will lead to some more confusions, because here this is M column and I'm typing H, so I type M. So these are the changes that I need to do. I hope you are getting the challenges that I have to go through. I have to copy the data from here, 51,431. I copy it and I come here and I type replace this figure once again. Here also I have to do the same replacement. So the challenge is I have to do this shitty work by just doing it manually. Yeah. Now everywhere I have to do manual changes. Yeah. So here. So imagine how many times did I make the change? I had written 5 different functions, so I have to do those changes 5 times. Again, this is not a perfect work because I might do certain mistakes anytime. Name range does give me some relief. The problem here is the name that was given, that is category, was up till this point only. That is, if I go down at the bottom, so the last row that I had was up till this point. Yeah, beyond this the name ranges are not available. So since I have created the name range, see the magic. I go to formulas, I go to name range, name manager, and now I go ahead and select category. This is the category from the orders table. So I go ahead and delete this and reselect the category column. Yeah. So see, it is 51,431. I did one change. I need to do the same change in priority as well. So I go ahead, edit. I select this entire range and go at the top of the order priority column. I select that again. Okay. And I'll have to redo this with profit column as well. So I go at the top and close, control shift down, and now see all these figures have automatically got updated. Here I had to do changes 5 places. Here I just edited the name ranges and now I have got the updated result. I have orders table, and here I have created the names for each of these columns. The first concern is I have to go and manually create the name for each and every column. Second thing, since I have used multiple name ranges, I have to make multiple changes. Everywhere the data has changed, I have to go ahead and make changes to those name ranges. Now, here comes the brilliant feature of Excel, which is table. Now, what I'm going to do is, I'm not going to keep creating different name ranges. What I'll do, I'll select any single cell. I go to insert, I can click on table. Yeah, this is one way to create table. Another way to create table is I go to home tab, I go to format as table, I can select any of these options. Now, most of you would have seen this feature, but might not have ever used it, thinking that it is just to give the color, or might have used to give only the color. But this is a very big feature in itself. So I go ahead and select this data style and I click OK. Now when I do that, my entire data gets automatic formatting. Just in case if I want to change any of these formatting, I can definitely do that. Yeah. Now, since I have converted this data into table, I go to design tab and here is the name table 2. I rename it as order. Yeah. So the name of this table is orders table. Now let's learn the same calculation that I want to do in orders table. Let us take an example. I have to type equal to, I want to calculate profit. Now I type some function. Now I have not given any name to the profit column, but that profit column belongs to orders table. So I type order. Now in order to access any of the column that belongs to that table, I will press this square bracket. When I press that square bracket, I know that I want to count profit. So I type P. Now you will see all the column that starts with P are listed here. Since I want to use profit, I select the profit, I close the bracket, I press close the braces as well, and I press enter. Cool. I did not create any name range. I did not even have to go to that sheet, but still I got the solution. Let's learn the table, the way we write the formula once again. I type countIf function. So now I want countif function. Yeah. Now it is asking me for a range. Range means I need to select the category column. But again, I have not created any name range in category column. So what I'm doing is I'm typing order. That is a table name. Now in order to access the column, I'll use the open square bracket. When I use open square bracket, I now go to the category. I type C and you will see that I've got category column. I select use tab, close the square bracket. So I have orders category. Now in the category column, I need technology. I close the bracket and see. So I have these many category available in technology, or sorry, these many technology items are available in technology column. Now, next thing, I want to get the sum of profit of all these 10,159 items. So I go ahead and type sum if. Now again, it is asking me for the range. So I type order. I use open square bracket. And now I type category, closing square bracket. Which category do I need? That is technology, comma, what needs to be added? Again, I have to get the data from order table, square bracket, I type profit, close the bracket, enter. Now, I want to find out how many technology items were sold on highest priority. I have to use count if function because my problem has two criteria. So I type count ifs function. I type here, when I talk about count ifs function, here I have order. In the order table, I want to get the category, close the square bracket, technology, comma, again order, because here I want another criteria range. Now here I need order priority, square bracket close, comma, what priority I need? High. I close the bracket. So here I've got the right answer again. I type equal to sum ifs function. In sum ifs function, what do I need is I need first the column which needs to be added, which is profit, which belongs to orders table, comma, profit, close the bracket, comma. Now here, what is my criteria range? My criteria range is order. In the orders table, I need category. In category table, I need technology. Again, another column that I need is order, and here I need order priority, comma, within quotes, high. Close the bracket, bracket close, enter. So friends, here I have done the same calculation in different ways. In order to see the best feature of table, I will copy this entire data and paste it aside. Let me paste them as a normal values. So these are not the formula anymore. These are the actual values. Now, in order to check what is the advantage that the table gives, I will go ahead and copy this entire data, go to the orders table, and I will paste that data here. The moment I paste that data, you will see that formatting automatically got copied to the entire pasted range. Now I go to my table feature. You will see that these values have updated, and these are the previous values. These are the latest values. Now, why do we get this? Anything that you have written on the table automatically gets updated. Unlike the previous two cases where we had created the name range and the cell reference, which did not get updated, we had to update them manually. After creating the table, you will be surprised to see that even name range has got updated, even the cell reference has got updated. Now, why did they get updated automatically? Remember, we have used a table. whenever you use a table, any feature that you have used over the table automatically gets dynamic. So since I had selected the entire column, these formula are also dynamic right now. Now see the advantage of table. We did not have to go to that sheet. We did not use any name range, and still we could write the formula. Let us see one more fantastic feature of a table. So let's take an example. In this data, we have profit and the shipping cost. Now what I want to do is I would like to subtract the shipping cost from the profit so that we can do the um, we can get the actual profit. So let's say I create another column, actual profit. After typing actual profit, now let's say since this is a table, I can type that formula anywhere inside that column. So let us say I type my formula here. I type equal to, I will write order. Now remember, I'm already in order table, so I need not write the table name. I'll open the square bracket. After opening the square bracket, I'll type profit, square bracket close, minus, I need to subtract the shipping cost. So square bracket, shipping cost, and close the square bracket and press enter. Now see, it now gives me the data for the entire column. I did not drag the formula the way I normally do in a normal data. Like every brilliant feature, there comes certain disadvantages. I cannot share the workbook. When I go to review tab, I click on share workbook and see it gives me the error. This workbook cannot be shared because it contains Excel table or XML map. That is a problem with the table. So here I cannot share this workbook, but apart from sharing, I can do each and everything that a normal data can do. You can expect some more videos on this table, certain other wonderful applications of this table, but I believe for now this is a video that can give you a detailed information. So thank you for watching this video. This is Pradeep, your trainer for Excel and other productivity topics. Do watch out other videos to know more about different tools that are available with Microsoft Office. Thank you very much. Take care. Have a nice day. Bye bye.